Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now I don't know about you, but for me, I love avocados. I live in the great state of California. We get amazing avocados all the time. Today, I want to show you how to make some fantastic guacamole. Let's get into this. To start this one off, we're going to start with 2 plump ripe tomatoes. We're going to cut them in half and then into quarters. Then we're going to use our knife to cut the seeds away from the flesh along with the stem end. Once that is done, we're going to julienne our nice beautiful tomatoes into strips. We're going to want to strip all of them. Make sure not to go through the skin side. It's kind of rubbery. See? It's not really cutting through. So we're going to want to cut again into dice, and this is the fastest, most efficient way to do that. Next, we're going to cut our onion. Get back here. We're going to start by cutting off both ends, standing it up on itself, cutting it in half, and we're only going to use a couple of the layers. Now, I've got 2 to 3 layers here. We're just going to quickly julienne these, and then we're going to cut again against the grain into little dice. We're going to add that to our tomatoes. Now we have some cilantro. We're just going to rough chop those leaves, and some serrano that we're just going to cut into rounds and then add straight to the bowl, seeds and all. I kind of want this pico de gallo a little bit spicy. We're also going to use 1 lime. Going to cut that in half and then juice however you see fit. We're also going to season with salt. Always season everything with salt. Yes, you need it. Highly seasoned. The salt is also going to bring out some of the water from the tomatoes and onion, and that's okay. You're going to want to give this a taste and adjust your seasoning as you see fit. Now we're going to start with our guacamole. Our guacamole is going to have 4 avocados, 2 serranos, 2 lime, some onion, and cilantro. To cut your avocado, you're going to want to cut all the way through, twist your avocado apart. Now we're going to use the heel of our knife to whack the pit with it, and then we're going to twist and pull the pit. Once the pit is removed, you're going to want to use your thumb to gently push against and pop the pit off the knife. Don't go grabbing it and trying to force it off. Then you're going to want to scoop the flesh of the avocado out with a spoon into a bowl. Then we're going to admire it for a little bit because these avocados are magnificent. Now we're going to cut our limes in half. We're going to juice them with our little handy dandy hand juicer. We're going to get some of that pulp in there too. And juice all the limes on top of your avocado, and then we're going to mash with a whisk. Yes, a whisk. You could use a fork. I prefer a whisk. You get bigger little chunks in there. Once that is done, we're going to set that aside. We're going to take some cilantro leaf, and I'm just going to dump this straight in. We're going to use a tiny mandolin set to its smallest setting, grate our serrano onto it. Again, I want the spicy. We're going to use the same mandolin to slice our red onion. We're just going to add all that in. Season with salt. So we already got the lime juice, and we're going to give it a mix, a taste, adjust to your liking, store for later. Now over medium heat, I'm going to bring a wok with a quart of canola oil to around 375 degrees Fahrenheit. I want to bring this up slowly. The slower it comes up, the more control I have over the oil. In case I knock it over, in case I walk out of the room for a minute, I know it's not going to burst into flames, hopefully. Now I have here a couple of 4-inch corn tortillas. These are yellow. You can get white if you like. I'm going to drop in 4, and I'm going to fry these in batches. And then I'm going to move them around as they're frying so they get evenly cooked. Nice and golden brown. I've also set up a draining rig with paper towel and an overturned cooling rack onto a sheet pan. The overturned rack is going to keep products from sitting in a greasy napkin, so it will kind of help wick away more of that oil. Once I remove these chips from the frying oil, you're going to want to hit them immediately with salt. The oil and the heat will help the salt stick more evenly to the chips. Rather than doing it later, it will just bounce off. And if all you can find are really big tortillas, you know, you can always cut up large tortillas into triangles and fry them in the same way. Now we're going to plate our guacamole. You could plate these both separately, the pico de gallo or the guacamole, but I'm going to put them together. I'll start with a base layer of our guacamole. We're going to then top that with some of our pico de gallo, and I also have some shaved red onion left over from the guacamole. I'm going to sprinkle that on top as well, along with some radish and cilantro leaf. And I'm just going to jam my large corn tortillas right off to the side in the bowl, and there you go. Best part is you can use the big chips as your own spoon. Just break them in half, scoop it on, you got less stuff to wash. That's a beautiful guacamole if I don't say so myself. Now, making guacamole doesn't have to be over dramatic. You don't have to puree your avocados and get the nicest dice on your onion, or chop your cilantro so fine that you can't see it anymore. Or, you know, some people like to add garlic to theirs, or chili powder, and all that jazz. You can make it however you want. I kind of like this more rustic style version of the guacamole, where you can use the chip as your scooper. You can break them however big you want. It's fun. It's interactive. It's not just a bowl of green with some Tostitos off to the side. This is, you know, chunky, flavorful guacamole. And I hope you guys make it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I will catch you guys next time.